Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the pros and cons of the push-in bar. If you haven't watched the previous video, I'll put the link somewhere up here, please watch it. I've noticed that it's a touchy subject. A lot of people are really protective of their beloved push-in arm. I wish I could be protective of the push-in arm. It's just not for me, it's not working. As you can see, I've put back the screw-in bar. It's working great for me. Let's hear how it performs and then talk about the pros and cons of both of them. Enjoy. Alright, so right off the bat I want to talk about the differences in the mechanism. So as you can see, the pushing bar is held only by the screw. It's tightened against the base plate from behind. So the bar is inside and the screw is locking from behind, which means when you're pulling up, even if it's really tight, you're working against the screw. Again, this is just an idea that came up. Maybe I'm delusional, might be. But I'm just trying to check out all of the differences in the mechanism and how it's operating. And the screw-in bar, first of all, look how massive it is compared to the mechanism of the push-in. As you can see in the screw-in, we have this screw that actually the whole mechanism is coming from underneath the base plate, and we're locking it onto the base plate with this screw. This upper part is coming from above, and in my opinion it makes sense that it's actually catching the base plate harder, because if you think about it, each time you push the bar to each direction, you're actually pushing the whole mechanism deeper inside, so it reacts more as a whole unit with a bridge, whereas the pushing bar, it's kind of an alien object. If it makes sense, again, maybe I'm delusional. That's not the point. I just want to point that out because it came to mind. So the main thing for me is the whole difference in how the arm reacts. In my experience, the pushing arm, it feels more like a stick that is being pushed into your tremolo and it just makes it move, whereas the screw-in arm actually feels like a whole unit with the tremolo. The other thing is that it sits lower actually against the body, so it's making the whole playing experience different with the pushing bar. I've been playing for most of my guitar playing life a screw-in bar, and I'm really used to it, and changing even a few millimeters, it's making the whole playing experience different. And again, maybe I have problems in the head, I don't know, but I just didn't have the same feel and didn't enjoy playing a lower bar. And as you could see on my warm-up guitar in the previous video, it actually hit the volume knob when I was diving down, which is a big problem. You don't want to feel limited by the bar in any way. You want to be free and not think about it. Alright, moving on, the flutter effect. I did some fluttering in the video. Again, I'm not such a big flutter fan, I don't do it that much, but I do think that it's an indicator to how responsive the bar is. For example, when I was pushing up with the pushing bar, it felt like there is a lot of resistance because, once again, talking about the mechanisms, the mechanism in the screw-in arm is grabbing the whole base plate from underneath. So it's actually getting deeper with each use, whereas in the pushing arm, it's getting pretty difficult to call each one in his name. But in the pushing arm, you're actually working against it. So I didn't play it enough, so it got loose, but let me know in the comments if it ever got loose to you, because it makes sense to me that when you're working against a screw for I don't know, a year, 2 years of abuse, it might get loose at some point. And if this kind of shit happens to you mid-tour, mid-show, I don't know, even if in the middle of a rehearsal, that's a big problem. You don't want these kind of things to happen when you play professionally. Even at home, you know, it's really annoying that you have to worry about your gear coming loose and you can't just enjoy it and work with it. So once again, the screw-in bar is much more working for me. Of course, it has its flaws, you know. Sometimes it might get loose and make these clunky noises, but there are ways to get ahead of it, of course. One will be to grease it up, mainly around these knobs. You see these small knobs? They're really small, so I'm not sure if you can see them. But these knobs, they're getting a lot of friction, so they might wear over time if you don't oil and lube your arm. I said it. Lube your arm, guys. It's an important tip for life, not just for your Floyd Rose. So that's important. Another way would be to use Teflon or plumber's tape. You put it around the threads. Over here, you need like just one thin layer, and it really holds the arm in place. It feels really stiff that way, but one problem is that it might get worn out and you'll have to do it again once in a while, especially if you move the arm a lot while playing. So that's that. And a big pro, I think, about the screw-in type is that you can actually adjust the tightness of it mid-playing, you know? A lot of times you see players mid-show going into the collar and tightening it up. Well, that's annoying, of course, but if you're the kind of player who likes to have the arm loose sometimes, then you know that's nice that you can just loosen it up. You see, it swings, tighten it back in, it stays, no problem. So yeah, that's very cool and very convenient. And I think the whole point with Floyd Rose arms is that we want it to be part of the instrument, we want it to be responsive and to react naturally. So that's where I feel the push-in bar failed for me. And again, I'm not trying to upset anyone. It's not about shaming the product. I wish Floyd Rose the best of luck selling it. And me myself, I wish I could be happy about it. Really, I was really excited when I got it. I thought it would be the solution for everything that I hate in the good old screw-in bar. But honestly, I couldn't relate and it's not for me. A lot of people have mentioned the Magic Arm and that I should try it. The Red Bishop, I believe it's called. I've seen it previously, I never used it. For now, I'm really tired of changing the arms and getting disappointed. So I'm really happy with the screw-in type right now. So I'm gonna keep that one in for a while, and maybe somewhere down the road I'll check the Red Bishop, and who knows, maybe I'll be a fan. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think. Did I make good points? Do I make sense? Am I a lunatic? Maybe all of it is correct. I don't know, it's up to you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Drop me a comment, let me know if you hate me or if you agree or if you disagree. Everything is legit. And the most important thing is enjoy playing guitar and keep doing it, keep doing what you love. I've purchased one of my dream guitars a few days ago and it's supposed to get here tomorrow, I hope so. So I can't wait to share it with you. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for the support, I really appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Offer Holland. And we'll be in touch. Rock on, I'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.